This is code.org. Let's see what we're doing. Do this. Run the program. Watch the code run. And we already did that previously, right? Carefully read each individual part of the program. Discuss these questions with a partner. Okay. So, run the program for 10 coin flips, 100,000. All right. Let's go ahead. And this stuff, what we're doing now, this plus plus especially, super important. And I'm right. I know what I'm saying. So, let's hit run. And yeah, let's start at 10 real quick. 10. And click the coin. And 5 and 5, which is about what you would expect, right? There's an even chance either side. Let's do 100 and click. Oh, interesting. So it varies a bit, right? Because it's always going to vary. There's an even chance. It doesn't mean it's always perfect. All right, and then let's do 1,000. A little bit of variance still. Often real close to exactly even. And then 10,000. Same deal there. When do you notice it taking longer? Oh, well look. Here, let's do 5. And then let's do that many. Oh, it won't even let me do that many. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That many. So it's obviously taking longer for larger numbers. On what lines is it looping? And you can watch it run here. Watch. So we were supposed to be doing. All right. So let's do 10. And you can see heads, tails, boom, 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 boom. Hits the bottom, goes back around. Hits the bottom, goes back around. I++. It's going to keep going, depending on how many times I ask it to run. On what lines is it looping? Well, then it's looping for this block of code right here is known as a for loop. So everything inside this blue mouth thing is what is looping. Okay? Which lines of code decide how many times to flip the coin? Well, right off the bat, I'm like, this box, right? Total flips. That's what tells me. Well, but where is that in my code? Well, on the event that the coin is clicked, this function will run. Heads is equal to 0. Tails is equal to 0. That makes sense. We reset those. And total flips is equal to what? Get number flip num. What's flip num? Well, if I hover over this, its ID is flip num. So the computer goes get number flip num and goes, oh, grab, grah, and smack. And flip num is equal to whatever number was in here. So now, what does plus plus seem to do? Plus plus adds 1. So I plus plus is identical, notice how I say that, is identical to this statement. I equals I plus 1. It's identical. It's shorthand, like cheat sheet type stuff that programmers use. So I is equal to I plus 1, meaning take the old I value and set it equal to, take the old I value, add 1 to it, and that's the new value for I. Same thing here. Take whatever I used to be equal to, add 1 to it, that's its new value. I is going to be used as the counter in this for loop. So for the variable I started at 0, start I at 0, I needs to be less than total flips, count up by 1 each time, add 1 to I each time. And the second I is not less than total flips, it's done running this loop, drops below, and runs the code beneath. All right, let's see what this says. Change the counting variable from I to J in all appropriate places. Does this program still work correctly? So if you need a different variable other than I, say I have 2 loops, J is the one that's pretty standard for programmers to use. So J, 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 and I think that's the only places it's actually used. And hopefully the answer, if I did this correctly, is yes, it will work just fine because it's a variable. It's going to work the same way. I'm going to speed this up. It's going to work the same way as long as you have written it out correctly. It just represents something else. It doesn't matter if I use I, unicorn, or cuddles. Cool. I can't wait to see what we do with loops. Let's keep going.